Hey guys, Luke Scheckman here, Team Exos, bringing you another 5-minute mindset piece. When somebody tells you who they are, believe them the first time. This was a quote by Maya Angelou, and as I live longer and longer in this life, I can't tell you how true that is. And, most of us as human beings, and not that we avoid conflict. Actually, yeah, most people do avoid conflict. But, I don't know. I was brought up not to avoid conflict, but usually to give people the benefit of the doubt. I am not that I put too much stock in astrological signs, but I am a Virgo. And, yeah, one of my traits is that, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. I put up with a certain amount, and then boom, it's done. And I wish I could, but I can't forgive you anymore. And that's kind of, I don't know, I've noticed in my life that, not that it gets me into trouble, but it just is. There's nothing I can do about it. So to get back to my point, you will notice throughout life, whether it be in relationships, it's all relationships, whether it be personal, romantic relationships, friendships, work relationships, boss relationships, all this kind of stuff, you really need to be in tune with what people are telling you and what people are showing you, because they're showing you who they are. I have had numerous occasions, mostly in personal relationships, where the individual shows me something I really don't like, and I choose to look at it as a fluke. And I'll tell you, I'm old enough now to know it never is. It's always the truth. And to not address it at the time that it is done is usually hugely detrimental to you as an individual. Not only does this show the person that this kind of behavior is okay, and that it's allowed to build and build and build and build and build until it's too big for anybody to handle and it self-destructs. To address these things automatically, it could end up in a big fight, and it could end up in something negative, but it is still really important to not let that negative behavior, or really behavior in a relationship that you just don't like. You know what I mean? It could be that it's normal to the other person, and it's not normal to you. And sometimes if you address it, you guys can have a nice conversation, and that will be the end of it, and it will be fixed. Sometimes it's going to erupt into something that will be hugely detrimental to the relationship, but believe me, it's better than dragging it out until this behavior or this matter of acting becomes so big that it almost hurts you in a larger way. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about when it comes to this is that addressing these behaviors, or addressing what these people are showing you, it's like a muscle. It's like a muscle that needs to be worked. You need to learn how to protect yourself and how to address actions, things. I keep saying things, it's so vague, I'm sorry. Address these instances that come up. If your boss degrades you in a certain way or treats you in a certain way, how many times have you heard a story about that? Oh my God, he's been doing it for years. Don't let him or her or they or it, don't let it happen. Address it in the beginning. Exercise that muscle. Just because you don't like conflict doesn't mean that you can't learn to love it. No, that you can't hone this muscle, this skill. There's a way to go about it, and you have to teach yourself. You have a relationship. This person does something that you really don't like. You think, whoa. And a lot of the time, especially in personal relationships, we kind of sit back and say, oh, well, maybe that was just like I said before, a fluke, a flare-up. It was maybe he or she was drunk. Maybe he or she was kidding. Regardless of the fact, address it. Don't do it in a super aggressive way, but exercise that conflict muscle. It will behoove you in the future when it comes to your own safety, your own forward progress, and your interactions with others. You need to be respected, and that's what this whole thing is a part of, okay? Luke Sheckman, Team Exos.